This module is related to the case study, and this case study is related to the steel, tariff related to the steel. And that was actually the trade war which was initiated by the US, because what was happening in the US steel companies, they are not performing well. So they were faced some kind of crisis, and the government faced the problem of high cost of pensions, because around 6 lakh people were employed in these industries, and healthcare problem was also there, so they have to spend a lot of money for that purpose. And 31 steel companies were totally bankrupt, as well as many other companies were not performing efficiently. And all these problem these problem actually jointly create that kind of scenario that US has to give them the bailout package to provide the support by raising the tariffs. So that tariff wall was erected by the US for restricting the steel, import of the steel from the rest of the world. So around the world, what was going on? The China was capable to raise their share in the steel market. That was raised up to 18%. And so that was the reason was that their cost of production was quite low and the quality of the steel was quite good. So they are capable to have better market share in the global market and easily compete the US steel industry as well as other steel industries. Anyhow, once the tariff was imposed, that was from 8 to 30% tariff wall was erected by the US, and specifically Europe, Japan, China, and South Korea, from where the steel may come into the US, was restricted, as well as the Canada and Mexico. But the Canada and Mexico could not be restricted because of the NAFTA. Because according to the NAFTA, the Free Trade Area Agreement is there, North American Free Trade Area Agreement. According to that, these were the part of this agreement. Therefore, they cannot be restricted in terms of tariff restrictions. Secondly, European Union, it launched the complaint to the World Trade Organization against the US, specifically that tariff wall which was imposed by the US, because that is not going to follow the objective of free trade, and it is going to violate the objective of free trade. Therefore, and later on, it was recognized by the World Trade Organization that truly US wrongly, or US violated the restrictions or the ruling of the free trade or World Trade Organization. Anyhow, Europe has erected do retaliation and against imposed tariff from around 15% to 26%. And secondly, sweeping trade sanctions were imposed on US products which were previously coming in European countries, specifically citrus fruit from Florida and steel from Pennsylvania, that was restricted. Later on, US removed that tariff wall in 2003, but it continues to stay up to 2 years, because from the beginning of the 2002 it was erected, and then 2003, at the end of the 2003, it was removed. Anyhow, the IMF, the World Bank, the World Trade Organization, all they condemned the behavior of the US government, because that whatever US have done, or US government has done, that was against the objectives of the World Trade Organization or the free trade, because those who are giving the reasons why trade should be free, their logic became weak or their position became weak. So that was the reason. If we are going to observe overall situation in terms of the contribution made by different countries in the world steel market, then China has the maximum shares, and Japan 12% and US 11%. Interestingly, if we just observe the present scenario, in present scenario, situation has changed and China got 49%. This is quite reasonable sum of the market share which is going to be achieved by the China. And second number is with the European Union or Europe, it holds the greater proportion. China actually has lost and it reduced to 6.2%, So the proportion of market share was lost by the Japan, and so on. Different countries have different segments over the time in the present scenario. This, to an extent, these pie charts may reflect the overall geographical distribution, and we can observe the China, which is capable to increase their share, much more share, and then Japan is there. Japan has reasonable share, and European Union has quite reasonable share. NAFTA as a whole got reasonable share. So this means over the time the contribution of the steel production has changed. On the other side, if we observe the consumption then or use of this steel, again China is using the maximum proportion of that, and NAFTA and Europe. So those countries which are producing larger quantities of steel, they are by themselves consuming larger proportion of steel. So this means their share of or their market is going to be ensured because they are providing that market by themselves. And here we can observe that proportion of steel being exported and imported by the different countries. So these countries are going to export and these countries are going to import. So we can easily observe that how much steel is going to be used by different countries. Brazil, it shows the use of per capita use. Brazil, and then Mexico, Spain, Japan, their contribution is quite low. But if you observe South Korea, Canada, China, their contribution or their consumption is quite high. So this means steel is playing vital role. All those countries which became more globalized, they are capable to use more steel or produce more steel. So the most maximum benefit is attained by the China.